Well, hey everybody, it's time for an update and a recap of Tuesday night sports and the sports algorithms that I work on and create and provide projections in different sports. There's NBA, college basketball, and then we'll end the day with hockey because I was at a hockey game tonight. I was at the Carolina game. I was there. I was watching this 4-3 game in overtime right here. And we'll talk about it at the end of the video, but let's start off with NBA. So I provided everybody with a kind of a tentative NBA projection, I believe, in last night's video. This is, I believe, pretty similar to what that was. There was an updated injury report after that. But look at this. I mean, a lot of wins up top. The wager that I made on NBA today did not win. I had Brooklyn, of course, and they lost. I had the Clippers, and they won. I took the Timberwolves minus the 3. I didn't take them to win because this line moved all the way to minus 200. Or no, sorry, this line moved to minus 200. The Spurs did after I talked about it yesterday. They won and covered, but the Timberwolves did not cover. So my NBA wager lost, but the algorithm probably did a pretty good job at 7-2. So that's just me being a bad gambler, but that's okay. Let's talk about college basketball. Also, I lost wagering on college basketball today as well. I mean, the algorithm had a decent day, especially when you look at the home teams. 16-3 with a nice run at the top here of 15 in a row. That's pretty good algorithm work, and there were some games down here with low margins that didn't win. Some teams that had some rough strength of schedules down here, but a lot of things did win. Didn't manage to win on this wager either. They lost that today, so that happens. But where I ended up making money, and I made a good deal of money today, was on hockey. The hockey algorithm goes 7-1 today, and when you go game by game, you can see what happened. Here, this game was about a toss-up at Buffalo and Ottawa, so it was kind of a game to stay away from. And on my big hockey wager, I did stay away from this game. It ended up going really heavily in favor of Ottawa. Airedale does not play well sometimes, but I stayed away from that game anyway, so that's what happened there. Dallas, I played against New Jersey because Akira Schmid had a very poor goalie rating. Sure enough, they get off to a bunch of goals, and Dallas wins this game at a pretty generous line, giving this goaltending matchup. So that was a win. Arizona and Pittsburgh. For fun, I bet Arizona, but not on a big ticket. They actually led this game all the way up until the third period, I believe, but ended up blowing it. A lot of goals here. I stayed away from that game on my big ticket, though, because it really didn't seem bettable. Carolina game I went to. So I took Carolina to win because it was a fifth pick of the day, and I also took them to score over 3.5 goals because the algorithm was saying they would score over 3.5 goals in both the regular projected score and the power projected score, which takes into account the most recent streaks of the team. And sure enough, I was there, and they scored in overtime, and that was a fantastic game to watch, and that's just good luck as well, but it ends up being a win, so it's a win. Philly and the Islanders. Here I saw a very low-scoring game and decided to take the Islanders plus 1.5 because they haven't won at all. I figured they were kind of due to at least fight harder, and the Islanders are not a very good team. Sure enough, the Islanders can't put in an empty net as they take the lead in the third, and this game ends up a one-goal game, and my plus 1.5 at only like minus 120, I think, ends up winning. So that's another win. Florida, I took them minus 1.5 against Winnipeg because the algorithm said it was the number 1 or number 2 pick of the day, I think, when this was originally posted. Good for them. They score that they're right along the lines of what was supposed to happen. Put up 5 goals, so that won. Edmonton, Vancouver was an interesting look. I saw such a low-scoring projected game, and the over-under was set at 6.5. And I watched Spencer Knight play against Florida, and he really has some heart and wants to play and wants to earn that spot. So I knew he'd be coming to play against Edmonton. So I took under 6.5, and the game was never in doubt. This game went to overtime, and Edmonton won in overtime. As Spencer Knight played a great game, and this was definitely an under. And in Nashville-Seattle, I accidentally took an over seeing this, and sure enough, the algorithm predicts the score correctly, and they hit over 5.5. So I crushed it. I tripled my bankroll today, even though I lost NBA and NCAA. It's one of those reasons why I talk about the algorithms and say you got to look at all of them and make a bunch of picks, looking at what they all say, because not each one of them is going to win every day, but when you have 3 or 4 of them to look at, you can do this and have a great day, and one of them more than pays for everything. So pretty amazing day, especially NHL-wise. We'll get back at it tomorrow. I've raised the price to $125 for all 3 plus the NFL version for this. Every day I win money with these, I'm going to raise it 25 bucks because I don't understand why you can't buy these, update them yourself, and use them to win a whole lot much more money than they cost. That's what I kind of don't understand is, or you're not going to be wagering a lot, or you don't have the money to buy this, that's fine. Then you don't have the money to buy this. But if you're going to be wagering at all, I mean, I won 7 times what the cost of this would be just tonight with this. So I don't understand why you guys can't do the same thing. They don't win every day, obviously, but the logic behind them is sound. So that's the update for Tuesday. There'll be, I will probably prepare them, obviously, for myself tomorrow. And if you want to get in on that, you can go purchase them and get a copy. All right, good luck. May all your picks be winning.